ready to rock, right? Good. Good leaders. Who's had some bad leaders? All right, I have too. Okay, probably more bad than good, right? So your good leaders, treat them like speed bumps. Okay, attached to their hip for a while. There's a good lieutenant out here somewhere. Where'd he go? There you go. Thank you, sir. So I told him I wish I could take all my officers in my unit right now, my OCT battalion, attach them to his hips. Okay, the guy knows his shit. All right. But what you got to do with a strong officer like that is be a stronger enlisted. Okay, it's not a competition, but you got to make sure you know your shit and you're ready to go. Well, need his counterpart, because he's going to lead you. All right, he's already thinking ahead. All right, it's good. It's a blessing and a curse. Cool. So use that knowledge. Get a hold of that knowledge, because I bet you he ain't going to be in the unit long. All right. So don't let the grass grow under your feet too long. If the grass is growing under your feet too long, like more than 3 years, you're probably not doing the right things. Probably about your attitude or something to move forward and advance. Cool? You got to do that. So that leads me to my next thing. Where are my specialists at? Who's been how long you been in? 2.5 years. 9 years. Why? All right, cool. I love it. I was one time too. So, anybody heard of the sham shield? Got a big shammer right here. I was a shammer. Loved it. Okay. Back in the day, you could sew your rank on your BDU collars. Look squared away with a block hat. Nobody fucked with it. Okay. You don't have the time for that anymore. Okay, because the school has gotten to be so much. It really has. The NCO development course, okay, take your brain buckets off. I know y'all there ain't no way you're listening, okay, because I don't listen when I really want, all right? So, PLDC, I attended that in 1995. It was 2 weeks long, Fort Polk, Louisiana, one of the armpits of the Army. Cool? So, how long is BLC? Anybody? Huh?
23 days.
23 days.
3 weeks, Sergeant Major.
There you go. A little bit longer than I had, right? Plus you've got what now that I didn't have to do? Huh? Well, you got, yeah, you're rich, but what else? Huh?
More work.
Yeah, more work. You got distance learning, right? Who hates computers? Cool. Who loves them? All right. I'm in the middle. Okay. So you got to get after it. You can't hang out anymore for. Listen, you're going to be okay. Right? Just listen. You can't hang out anymore for 10 years. Okay. You should aspire to at least retire, if you can, a sergeant first class at 20 years. Make sense? I get it. There's exceptions to everything. Sergeant Major, I'm in a low density MOS. I really love my job, but it only goes to staff sergeant. I'm going to retire as staff sergeant. All right. Are you comfortable with that? Yes. All right, cool. It's your thing, right? I get it. There's exceptions to everything. I'm just telling you what I think, okay? And this is based off 30 years experience, all right? So there's a lot of schools. There's a lot of ALC, there's a lot of SLC, there's MLC. You know, I did 4 weeks of BNOC, 4 weeks of ANOC, first sergeant course, which was DL on Blackboard for like, a year. The phase 1 was DL, and the phase 2 resident was 2 weeks, okay? So they took away first sergeant course. They said SLC is good. SLC will bridge the gap from E78. Who's been to SLC? Did it teach you how to be a first sergeant? A little bit? Cool. I think they got a day of it in there, right?
So you got a day of it. We spent a lot of time on like headshot stuff of that science level.
Okay. Cool. Good. So anyway, then they came along with MLC, which basically replaces the first sergeant course. Who's familiar with the Sergeant's Major Academy now? When you graduate, you can earn a degree. The equivalent of a degree. Anybody familiar with that? You are. You are? Who wants to be a Sergeant Major? Okay, we got one. All right, awesome. So my replacement. So that is part of why there's all this writing and stuff also in the coursework now. Okay, because it has to meet those requirements, those civilian requirements, right? In order to get a bachelor's by the time you graduate, right? There's some extra work you got to do along with the academy to do that. You can opt in or opt out towards that accreditation. Make sense? So, the enlisted, the NCOs, we've got to continue to work on being professional. Okay? What I'm also saying here is largely those schools are not going to teach you to be an on-the-ground tactical leader. They're just not. Okay? They're not set up to do that. They largely really never were. Okay? They maybe more so were, but largely still never were set up for that. Make sense? So that's going to come from, you know, these lieutenants, these guys that are good, right, within your ranks. Okay, the speed bumps, the good leaders, right? Okay, you can still learn from a bad leader, don't get me wrong. So, and as you progress through the ranks, keep the mindset of always trying to be the leader that you want to have. Okay, just kind of keep that mindset. What kind of leader did I want to have? Did I miss coming up? Okay, it doesn't mean we give everybody hugs. It doesn't mean we coddle. Okay, being a leader is not being a buddy. All right, it doesn't mean that you go do cookouts together and stuff necessarily. So it's kind of a fine line you walk. So your good leaders are not always going to say what you want to hear, right? But hopefully they're going to say and do what'll keep you safe, right? And return fire and survive the battle. Make sense? Ooh. And then they take care of you on the back end. All right, they're getting make sure the private's got the poncho over his head, right? And little things like that, and then getting into schools and promotions and career progression. Oh. Mentoring. So everyone here, you should be mentoring whoever you outrank. All right? You don't have to know it all to be a mentor. Everybody knows something, right? Ooh. So get after it. Don't send them to Army Career Tracker online. Does anyone know what that is? Huh? Bullshit, right? That's what that is. Okay. It's good for going and finding what jobs relate to your MOS. That's really about it. You can request a mentor in there, but it's just not the same. Okay. Don't be a paper soldier, an online soldier. Okay. Get the nitty gritty. Get the down to earth, right? Stuff like the PL's putting out and just various things, all right? I've only been with you a little while, so I don't know everybody. She's strong, right? Special stuff. I can't say your name. What is that?
It's Ponto Sergeant Major.
Huh?
Ponto Sergeant Major.
Ponto?
Yes, Sergeant Major.
All right, cool. I got, man. I suck at that, I'm telling you. Questions? Comments, concerns? Okay. When in charge, take charge. Cool?
Cool.
When in charge, take charge. When not in charge, be led. All right, Sergeant Major was going to go on your convoy today. All right. You know, things start going down. You know, shit hits the fan, whatever. You know, I may just have to be a rifleman, right? It doesn't matter. Rank doesn't always matter, right? So if you got Specialist Ponto there in charge, okay, she's in charge, right? Rank doesn't necessarily matter anymore, right? And actually, it's kind of fun. Cool. I'll go hang out here with the private, right? We'll just sit back and talk shit. It's better than being in a meeting that makes me dumber. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So
Good idea, period.
yes, good idea, period. All right.
Well, maybe if we
So, the new weapons qualification? I asked the group earlier, is everyone tracking? There's a new individual weapons qualification. I think it's got 8 tables, okay? And there's this little like honeycomb looking stair step wall that you shoot from, okay? I haven't actually done it yet, but just know that the old one's obsolete now, okay? Know that. That's very important. Foundations training. When I say foundations training, what am I talking about?
Sergeant Major, it's just the real basic stuff like checking your.
No. It relates to what happened at the Capitol. Good idea, Fairy Scout. Okay. Anybody know what it is? Extremism, right?